Hello again, everybody. This is Dr. Deborah. I want to talk about Mission Impossible, the women in Mission Impossible. It was a nice range of kinds of women. But one of the things that I have been accused of is glorifying women too much. And I know I do. I know I do. I know I do. Primarily, if there is a real difference in the morality, and I use that word in the sense that you know what I mean, of men and women, it may be maybe a half a point, maybe just 1 point. Let's give it 1 point, not a half a point. I'm trying to be nice and not give her more than that, more than 50%. But I'm just going to give her that because I know there are some great people in the world who are males. But the reason why I think women's ways are above men's ways, even if it's only by 1 point, is the feminine, the quality of bearing children, of nurturing a body into this world, of carrying a life, and I mean all female animals. That the world cannot keep going without that. Now I know that it takes a sperm to make that happen, but I also know that of all the millions of sperms that could bring a life, that could start a life creating, the conditions of the womb has to be such that that happens. And you have to check your biology about that. The egg allows it. It's all the time it's trying to get there, but the egg has to allow it. I think that's important because that's how that's how we keep going. Now, so I'm basing my whole point that women are if only a point, more moral than men, is that because of that, she has this caring, this way of thinking about everybody, not just herself. And you know, too often a lot of women think more about other people than they do themselves, so they put up with a lot of stuff that they shouldn't, sometimes for the sake of their children. So I'm just saying, so the women in the movie, the president, the other woman that was in the White House, the killer, who was very precious as far as I'm concerned, the killer, and Grace, these women represent all the struggles that women have in terms of, you know, what made the killer a killer, what made Grace deceptive, what made the president sensitive but open to the ideas that the men were encouraging her to embrace, and then the other woman who was in the office who basically was on her side, and she's even protecting her. All of those, just pay attention. I know you couldn't help but see it, but I think our world, if only just 1 point, it could be so much better if there was more balance in the leadership that people have in our country, and they could use more feminine energy, more feminine ways of being to make that happen. And I was suggesting that when I said all these shoot 'em up things that happen, men too often, in the name of whatever that thing is that they think they're supposed to represent, just do more harm than good. Just think about that. And I like I said, I know I glorify women. I do. If we can be our authentic selves, we can make a huge difference in this world. But the men got to figure out the value of that. And if we want to see change happen, you're going to have to be more inclusive of women and what they bring. And the women, when you get the opportunity, if you be yourself, you'll make a difference.